What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
I'm standing on the white sandy beach of Ao Nang, gazing out at the turquoise waters of Krabi, Thailand. The picturesque scenery before me is a stark contrast to the nightmare I've endured at the holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort. As I settle into my writing, I'm overcome with a mix of emotions, anger, disappointment, and a hint of sadness. Let's start from the beginning. I arrived at this supposedly 5-star resort, expecting a lavish getaway. But, oh, the horrors that awaited me. The first room I was given reeked of sewage, the smell wafting up from the drains like a toxic cloud. I couldn't bear the thought of spending a single night in that cramped, dingy space. The so-called luxurious showerheads were a joke, with one spewing out icy cold water and the other, scorching hot. It was like they wanted to torture me. I demanded a room change, but the receptionist, gal, seemed put off by my request. Her lack of empathy was staggering. When I asked to speak to a manager, she confidently declared, "I'm the manager. There's no one else." The audacity. It was clear that customer satisfaction was the last thing on their minds. As I explored the resort, I noticed the pool, toilets, and amenities were disgustingly dirty. The pool water was a murky green, and the toilet seats were sticky with unknown substances. How could a 5-star resort neglect basic cleanliness? It was as if they were deliberately trying to make their guests sick. But that was just the beginning. The breakfast buffet was a disaster. The food was stale, lukewarm, and lacked any semblance of variety. I asked the staff where everyone else was eating, and they simply shrugged. It was clear they didn't care about our hunger or satisfaction. The dining area itself was a mess, with crumbs and spills scattered everywhere. The rooms were infested with bugs, and the air conditioning was noisy and ineffective. I felt like I was sleeping in a sauna. The layout of the property was inconvenient, with rooms scattered haphazardly across the resort. It was like they expected us to enjoy a scavenger hunt every time we needed to find our way back to our rooms. And then, there was the service. Oh, the service. The staff seemed completely disinterested in helping us. They would take ages to respond to our requests, and even then, they would often forget or ignore our needs. It was as if we were a burden to them. As I navigated this labyrinth of failures, I couldn't help but wonder, how did this place earn its 5-star rating? Was it a joke? A scam? It felt like they were taking advantage of unsuspecting tourists, peddling false promises of luxury and comfort. I've traveled to over 40 countries, stayed in more than 500 hotels, and I can confidently say this property ranks among the worst 5 of my entire travel experience. The holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort is a masterclass in incompetence, a monument to neglect and greed. As I sit here, writing this expose, I feel a sense of sadness wash over me. I'm sad for the people who, like me, were duped by the resort's glossy brochures and fake promises. I'm sad for the employees who are stuck working in such a toxic environment. And I'm sad for the owners, who seem to have lost their way, prioritizing profits over people. So, I ask you, dear readers, have you ever had a similar experience? Have you ever felt like you've been taken advantage of by a business? Share your stories with me in the comments below. Let's create a community of vigilantes, determined to expose the truth and fight for what's rightfully ours: a good night's sleep, a clean meal, and a genuine smile from the staff. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can make them listen. Note: the script is written in a flowing narrative style, without explicit scene breaks. It incorporates analytical reasoning, psychological principles, and vivid descriptions to evoke a sense of melancholy and emotional resonance. The tone is nostalgic, with a hint of irony and sarcasm. The language is simple, yet evocative, with a focus on storytelling and linking thoughts with personal experiences. The business is near holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort, Krabi, a tale of disappointment and frustration. As I delved into the reviews, a sense of dismay washed over me, like a refreshing tropical rainstorm. But without the refreshment. It's as if these businesses have abandoned their customers, leaving them to drown in a sea of overpriced mediocrity. The shopping centers, like Vogue Shopping Center, are a perfect example. They promise the world, but deliver only counterfeit goods and a healthy dose of disappointment. Fake everything seems to be their motto, and the reviewers agree. The massage therapists at Let's Relax Spa are as gentle as a rhino on a rampage, and the food at Ton Mayom Thai Food, Ao Nang, is a culinary abomination. It's like they're trying to poison their customers, but with a dash of salt and a pinch of apathy. And then, there's the service. Oh, the service. It's as if these businesses have taken a collective vow of silence, ignoring their customers' pleas for help. Lae Lay Grill with its stunning views, is a prime example. The food takes an eternity to arrive, and when it does, it's a flavorless catastrophe. And don't even get me started on the staff, who seem to be suffering from a severe case of apathy. But, of course, there are the outliers. The Last Fisherman Bar, with its breathtaking views, is a prime example of what could be. Unfortunately, the staff's surly demeanor and the kitchen's inability to produce edible food make it a resounding disappointment. As I read through the reviews, I couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. It's as if these businesses are taking advantage of their customers, preying on their naivety and good nature. The prices are inflated, the quality is subpar, and the service is, well, abysmal. So, dear traveler, beware. The businesses near holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort, Krabi, are a minefield of disappointment and frustration. But, if you're willing to take the risk, you might just find a hidden gem. Or, you might just end up with a bad case of food poisoning and a lighter wallet. The choice is yours. In conclusion, I must say that I'm left feeling a sense of disappointment and disillusionment. The businesses near holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort, Krabi, have failed to impress, and it's a crying shame. But, as they say, caveat emptor, buyer beware. So, if you do decide to venture into this wilderness, just remember, you've been warned. Oh, I was just looking into things around holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort, Krabi, and wow, it's not so nice, Like, tourists come here to relax, but some people just want to take their money. It's so sad. So, businesses near holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort, Krabi. Some of them, they have ATMs, right? And sometimes, bad people put these little machines inside them, scammers, they call it. Like, you put your card in, and they steal all your info. And then, poof, your money is gone. There was this one time, 40 people lost over $1 million baht in just 1 week. Can you imagine? You're on vacation, thinking everything is fine, and then, nothing. No money left. I bet those tourists went home crying, calling their banks, but what can they do? The police tried to find the bad guys, but you know how it is. Probably some gang, moving around, doing this everywhere. And then, oh my god, there was this convenience store near holiday Ao Nang Beach Resort, Krabi, looked normal, right? But no. Inside, they were running scams. Like, selling fake stuff, taking money for things they never gave. And even worse, they tricked people into fake investments, romance scams. Like, how could you? People just wanted snacks, and instead, they lost everything. The police finally caught them, but 21 million baht stolen already. So many tourists, just wanting a nice trip, and now? Broke and heartbroken. I don't know. It's just so unfair. You save up for this holiday, you're so excited, and then this happens. Why can't people just be good? Ugh.